Hey, what's up YouTube? This is a new series I'm starting called Build-A-Mech Workshop. It's basically where you get isekai into like a mech anime universe, and like you come in with the knowledge of the universe or the mech anime universe and like the mechs in it. If you've watched them, you retain it. But the first series I'm gonna start off with is y'all know this picture by now, Gundam, the original one. And I'm gonna be on the Earth Federation I might do another video. I'm on the Principality of Zeon, but I'll start off with the Earth Federation. You already know they got all these factions you can be a part of. My limitations, I'm gonna try to limit it to like, you know, the 1 year war, which is UC 0079, all the way up to 0081, which is like, you know, the Phantom Sweepers, which is basically like little remnants before you get into Stardust Memory. I'm gonna save Stardust Memory suits for the Zeta video I want to do later. I don't know if I'm gonna be part of AU or I might do AU instead of Earth Federation on the Zeta, because they got a little bit more interesting backstory. But yeah, I'm gonna limit it to like you get one main unit. It can be a Gundam, or you know, it doesn't have to necessarily be a Gundam, or like, you know, whatever side you're on. But you get one main unit, which you pilot, 3 wingmen, 2 or 3 of them, depending on what the situation is, and then 2 generic units, like, you know, like a GM or a Zaku 2. And like you get 8 equipment and weapon slots. You know, for backpack, the arms, legs, head, torso. You get a primary weapon, secondary weapon, which could be like a shield or something like that, and then 1 melee. Like what I want to do is my main unit is gonna be based around I don't know if y'all know that suit, the Pale Rider, except mine's gonna be called the Famine. Sticking with the Horseman of the Apocalypse scenario, it's gonna be like a mid to long range suit. Kind of like an ambush hunter that's out in space. It hunts battleships and like stragglers from like big battles. It's made out of aluminum titanium alloy, which is what the generic, not generic. I don't know, this suit's not really generic. It's like, it's a pretty good suit. I don't know if y'all played in like games like Battle Operation and stuff, but you know, that's like the standard. Like I don't want to say like OP, they ain't really OP, like main powered, because like it's been taken down. Main powered suits. Its terrain, it's okay on land. As usual, doesn't do as good in sea. Air, it can't really do any air. They didn't get air suits like that till Zeta. There's like a few in the 1 year war, but they're like really test beds for stuff like that. It's really good out in spaces, which like the ship hunter, that's where it comes in, like its main. Like its primary weapon is this right here. That composite weapon is basically like I don't know if y'all know Gundam Unit 4 and 5, but it's like a big beam rifle with a Gatling gun under it, and it has like a missile pod, it says, but like I think it's like right in there, but I don't think it's on there. But like I'm comfortable with the beam rifle and the Gatling gun, because I don't know if you've ever seen or played with Units 4 and 5, but they're pretty cool. Like I think there are side stories called Rise from the Ashes. It's an interesting side story. Y'all should check it out. So they had that dude, like the Zaku with the crazy guy, Mallet Seguin or whatever the hell his name, with the 2 Heat Hawks, the Axe Zaku, that's what it was. I might use that for the Zeon side when I do that, the Axe Zaku. But anyways, it's like it has a giant Gatling gun, metal on the bottom, mega beam launcher, you know, for that's for battleships basically. Use the Gatling gun probably to take out like the anti-unit guns and stuff like that, then launch the beam rifle or launch the mega launcher at the bridges and stuff. It says micro missile launcher, but like I hadn't seen it on here. The secondary is like a shield that turns into this big basically sword. That's good for hunting ships. It's like the Red Rider, because there's 3 of them. The Red Rider has the Ares system, and the Pale Rider has the Hades system. But the Red Rider was like before the Pale Rider, as you can see with the red. But it had the Ares system, which is pretty interesting, because like with the Ares system, it was different from Hades system, because like the Hades and Ares system, you activated it, like I think raised the output of like the machine for so much. I think about 100. I think it was 150%. But the Ares system, like it was so erratic that it would stop your heart, but it had like a special system where it gave you a shock to start it again. But it was pretty interesting too. Y'all should read that. To that side story on that too. But like the weapon is I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. But it's a shield that turns into this, as you can see, like right there. It folds out. It comes with like 2 canisters right there. That's the only thing about the weapon like that. It comes with like 3 canisters, I think. and like with each swing it has like explosive beam damage with it. And it's good for like I think 3 swings. But like the thing about it is like the shield takes too much damage before like you pull this sword out. Like you can't even use the sword period. So I feel like it's balanced right there. The backpack, I'm gonna take the fellow booster from one of the test bed GMs. It allows you like to fly around or have higher mobility in space. Like that'll aid me in like the ship hunter aspect of my suit, the Famine. It has these micro missiles, and I have the shield, and I have that composite beam rifle and Gatling gun. You can launch with that, and then you also take it off. That's part of the thing, but it's basically a Corvette. I don't know if y'all ever played like some of the battle assault games. Like you basically ride around on them on foot, except you can attach this one to your back. That's something to help me get around in space though. The head's just gonna be your standard Pale Rider head. You know, it's got the side Vulcans right here. Except the thing with the Pale Rider is his Vulcans, like unlike the the GMs and stuff like that, they can rotate up and down like that because like the Hades system is built into like the head unit. So they had to make basically the Vulcans separate from it. So that's gonna be a pretty cool aspect. You can like shoot like the left Vulcan could be shooting like up and the other one down. Interesting aspect. And then there's the Hades system I was talking about. It was 100%, but I think the Ares system was 100. That's probably why the Ares system was more dangerous than the Hades system, because the Ares system was like the predecessor to the Hades. And like I said, you needed electric shock to start your heart back. So that's probably why it's more dangerous. So they toned it back down to 100%. But basically, your output is increased. I don't know if it's like to Trans Am levels, but like, it was pretty noticeable. Like it read like the pilot's thoughts for like those few seconds it was on. I want to say you had it had the activation of maybe, I want to say it was either 30 seconds or I think it was 30 seconds. But in those 30 seconds you can do a lot of damage with that. And then like of course like you can't like stay in it too long, and you're gonna have like side effects. That's why I said I tried to pick like a balanced suit. I don't want to just like go on with a Gundam. Even though I'm like in the future, like Zeta, when they start to get to where they got some ridiculous Gundams, I'm definitely going with them. But like for 1 year war, I want to stick with like the Pale Rider because I like that suit. And then for the arms, I went with it's like a kind of like a heat rod and an anchor, like this right here, the Say Shot anchor. You can shoot it into people and act like a heat rod. You can also shoot it in like to other things and like grapple onto them. I picked that because like with that booster from shooting around stuff, like if you're hunting troops like near a destroyed ship or like near the asteroid belt, you can shoot into like an asteroid and like propel around, like anchor yourself around, or get a suit and like drag it along with you while you got the booster activated. So that was a cool thing. The legs are just the standard missile legs. Like they have your both ground and space. He has obviously the space variant because like he has a higher space rating. And it's like that's 180 millimeter. You can use that, but that's not the main weapon because he had an assortment of weapons, but I didn't choose that. And that's his regular shield, like the Hades, not Hades, but the Pale Rider shield, not the Ares. The Ares shield is what I'm using. Like I'm using an amalgamation between the two. And these are your wingman units. I'm picking the RX 81st. It's like a super GM basically. You get like 3 different. There's actually 4. There's multiple variants actually, but like the main ones that you'll see is these 3 right here. This is kind of like the close range assault. This is like the high speed light armor, and that's your generic all around right there. Like the regular generic units is like this is the GM raid. The only like it's not really a downside, but like it doesn't have any beam weaponry at all. All these are like ballistic and physical weapons. It has 2 heat daggers, missile pods, smoke. The smoke is what I'm really why I really have them on the team. Like they'll launch the smokes like at the battleships, like cloud them. That's what they're used for, like to cloud like areas, battleships, and on land. They launch the smoke and then you go in and attack. They'd sit out, like wait for stragglers while I go in there with the Famine and chase them all around. And that's gonna do it for there. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna try to do a Xeon one. I'm more likely to do a Xeon one. That's gonna be interesting. I don't think I'm gonna go like with a camper type of suit. Let me know what other animes if y'all want me to cover them. Like I can do anything from like Gundam to Evangelion. That's kind of the weird thing. I always thought about Evangelion. Is it really a mech? Man? It's kind of like an alien skeleton, but like that's another story for another time. But like I said, thank you guys for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.